Wow, everybody's here. Look at that. Make me feel like, hello, Harry. Hello, Mom. Mom, you're on the wrong account, I think. And Doug, there she is. Okay, good. Let's see. Hello, Mom. Hello, Doug. Let's see, boy, everybody's just talking to each other. That's great. Heat index got up to 107 Missouri today, but got a shower. Let's see if I can line this up a little better. Well, you can't hardly see me, but that's all right. Got a shower and cooled it off some. Can you, you can call me Harry. You can call me Harry. Just don't call me late for supper. Never fear the underdog. Say hello, Jerry. And, okay. All right. So now what I got to do, hello, Briar Rose. Now what I got to do is wait for the notifications to go out. I tried to get in a little bit of better position here, so I'm in the shade, but that's really blocking my face, but then you get to see that. I learned that being up in this elevation, my forehead is living proof of this, that you can French fry get a severe sunburn in 6 minutes. So I've been trying to stay in the shade, keep my head covered, because that's what's really burning is right here on my forehead and the back of my neck. Hello, Oscar. Good to see you. Thanks for the reminder, Oscar. Notifications just went out. Yeah, you can kind of tell because the numbers start growing real fast. So, so Mom was saying it's 101 there. A heat index 107, I think you said. Just down here, let's see, just about right there. It's 101 degrees down there. Right here, it's 77 degrees. I turned on the key on the truck and it was 77 degrees just a few minutes ago. Hello, B Beach. Hello, Kenneth. Hey, I'm getting lucky to make the feeds every week. Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I really do. Hello, Michelle. And Shirley, good to see you. Hello, Scott. So it's been very windy. Hello, Gregory. It's been very windy. I'm sure you can see the wind, the grass. It looks foggy out there. That I believe, I don't have any evidence of this. I've been doing some research on where the forest fires are. There's two in southern Arizona, 2 forest fires. And then there's one in Nevada. And I think the smoke is being blown in. This morning when I got up at 5 o'clock, I could smell the smoke pretty good. But that smoke's been like that for 2 days. We've had a full moon, so you can still see the canyon. That's amazing. You can still see the canyon floor with the full moon at 10, 11 o'clock at night. Sunrise, let me think about this for a minute. Sunrise, I think, is at 5:30, but about 4:30, the sun starts to glare in from way over there because we're so far up. I can see the sun way over there in the distance about 4:30 in the morning. Let's see. Hello, Daryl. Jerry says don't need no notifications to be here every week at 7. Well, I appreciate it. I really do, Jerry. You've been here since the very beginning. And let's see. Hello, Gregory, and hello, Dandy. Good to see you. And Briar Rose says, nope, set alarm on the phone. Yeah, well, I do appreciate it. What else going on? Well, I think I finally acclimated to the height. It's been rough. Carolyn was sick for several days. I've got a video coming out on this, but there's a thing called elevation sickness. And now, when you look it up, it talks about mountain climbers, and you think in your mind, Mount Everest, they got the backpacks and they're going, to the summit of Mount Everest or K2, and they got oxygen masks and all that. But no, you can get elevation sickness at around 6,000, 7,000 feet. So it's been a real struggle. And the thing is we followed all the rules. We went to, don't quote me on the heights, but roughly. We went to New Mexico. I think it was around, let's see, 8,000. Let's see. Okay, so it was 6,000. It's like 6,800 feet in New Mexico. And then we went to Shanto, and it was like 7,300 feet. So we're slowly going up in elevation, 1 week at a time. And then we came up to 8,800 feet. Well, when we got here, Carolyn got sick, and it was a rough first week for her. No Fences. Hello from Colorado Springs. Hey, Lisa, good to see you. And let's see who else. Okay, that's it. We're all caught up. Nobody's talking. Low turnout today. Have you seen any bald eagles or hawks flying around you? Or yeah, there's lots of hawks. As a matter of fact, we kind of make a joke every time there's hikers. There's a trail down here. So anytime hikers go down there, it seems like the hawks start buzzing around, and makes you think, well, what do they know? Hello, Jeff Martin. Good to see you. Let's see. Rules for seeing Grand Canyon. I'm in deep Kamichi. I don't know what that means. I wish I could get the joke. How long are you staying there and then where? Okay, well, we got to leave here tomorrow morning, this spot. We've been here 2 weeks. Even though Camel Dave subscribers don't believe I should be here for that long. We've been here for 2 weeks. And then we're going to go to another camp spot for 2 weeks. And then we're going to go into Utah, I think. We're going to go Zion. Well, we're not going into the National Forest. We're going to go in BLM land, just south of Zion National Park. And then we'll just see where we go after that. Elevation speaking, that is. Yeah, it's interesting. And, it just takes you a long time to catch your breath around here. I think there are condors in the canyon. Is it condors? I mean, I don't know what it is. They're huge. They fly around right over there. I'll show you. I think that should get it in there, right around that hill. That's where the trail is. Balmy 95 here, and the AC blowing. Moisture. Dang, my H is sticking. Who cares what anyone else thinks? Well, I know. It's just I've been doing some research on why so many people have been calling me negative, and so I got a video coming out on this. There's actually a name for people who take truthful information, like, okay, it's hot today, so I'll make a video saying it's hot, and here's what we do to compensate for the heat. And then people will say, well, Rob, all you do is make negative videos. Well, to me, and to a lot of viewers, it's not a negative video, it's just the truth. Okay, Rob, that makes sense. It's summertime, it's July. It's probably hot. I wasn't complaining, I was just explaining. Well, it's called cognitive dissonance. And so I found it absolutely fascinating learning about this cognitive dissonance. And so what they do is what it means is they have two realities going on in their head. They have their belief system, and then they have what they actually know. They know it's hot. I mean, it's a fact. They're sitting in their house, sweating to death. They know it's hot. And then they have this belief that van life is going to take the heat away. And so those two things don't jive in their head. So they say, so they lash out at the truth, and it causes mental distress. Well, I lost a lot of people on that conversation. They were not interested. What did I lose? About 10 people just talking about, that must be all the people with cognitive dissonance. Let's see, Nesta Surf, good to see you from Iowa. That's where my daughter lives. My daughter lives in just below Washington, Iowa. What is that? Iowa City, just south on, what highway is that? 214, I think. What an awesome view. Wow, glad you got to go. Yeah, me too. Thank you, Lisa. It's been a lifelong dream. How's your water situation? Okay, it's been 2 weeks, and we ran out of water today. I collected 5 gallons of rainwater. What's interesting is about the rain here is we're so high up, it looks like these monsoon clouds, because we see them all the time. The monsoons will just circle us. I think the last live feed we had a monsoon behind us. And wow, we are losing a lot of people. And but it just kind of circles. But anyway, we got 2 days where it rained for about an hour each. I was able to collect 5 gallons of water. So Carolyn was even actually able to do some laundry, so we don't have to go and do laundry this week at the laundromat. So, and we just ran out today, so we'll leave tomorrow, get some more water, and be ready for another 2 weeks. I had no clue there were rules to go get a little at a time to acclimate to the Grand Canyon. Yeah, look it up. Kimchi. Yeah, go look it up. It's actually, you can get pretty sick, and if you don't get better, what happens is there's 3 phases. One, where you're sick, you have a headache, feel like you have a hangover, You won't sleep well. You'll nauseous. Stage 2 is your lungs will start to fill up with water. And then stage 3, your brain will start to swell. Great view, absolutely right. Well, for me, it's never negative. Educational is what I would call it. Well, thank you. Hey, KC from KC. There was a glitch. I had to refresh. Yeah, apparently a lot of people had a problem because I lost a lot of people. I could make a good story about that. Yeah, I tell you, it's really interesting, this cognitive dissonance. And like I said, I got a video coming out on it and in 10 days. I'm very proud of this video. I actually wanted to release it today. I was so proud of it, but I'll go ahead and wait. And Highway 218, that's right, Nesta. So, but I was absolutely fascinated by this. I mean, it was getting pretty serious with all the people saying, you know, I'm so negative. So I had to figure that out. No, Rob, we lost you buffering. Well, that might be me. I mean, we're, 20 miles away. Altitude sickness is awful. Yes, Carolyn would agree with you. I wasn't feeling well. I would get up in the morning. I wasn't sleeping well, and I would get up in the morning, and I feel like I have a hangover. And so I would take a couple Tylenol, drink a bottle of water, and I'd feel better. But she wasn't getting better. And the day that I decided that we were going to go back down, get out of the mountains, she woke up, and I said, "How you feel?" She said, "I feel a lot better." So, the day we decided we were going to leave, that was the day she felt better. So. And she's been doing pretty good. We went for some hikes and different things. Minor buffering may explain the numbers. Yeah, I think we're having some problems. I mean, I checked the speed before I got on, and we had really good internet speed, but that could have changed. So I do apologize. You're not negative. You're factual. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing about cognitive dissonance is like I said, the folks let's put it this way. So your boss comes up to you and you said, "Hey boss, how did I do? What do you think about the job I did? I'm really proud of what I did." And the boss says, "You want to know the truth?" And you say, "Yeah, I want to know the truth because you think you did a great job." So you have a belief system. I believe I did a good job. And the boss says, "That was the worst job I've ever seen. Your report had all kinds of spelling errors. It didn't make any sense. You were back and forth on the conversation." And you're like, wow. And so instead of being mad at yourself for doing a poor job and accepting what the boss tells you, well, that boss is a jerk. He does nothing but criticizes me all the time. He's a hard, whatever. And that is called cognitive dissonance. And so when you can accept the truth and better yourself based on that information, then, it's good. It's better for you. How many days did it take before she felt better? It took her a whole week, which is odd because the webpage just said, 2 to 4 days or 2 to 3 days or something like that. And it took her a long time, but it took me a long time too. Of course, my symptoms weren't near as severe as hers. I think this is one of the more fun live feeds you've done. Well, that's because there's not so many people in here. I don't have to keep up. The buffering is funny. Oh, that's not good. Get your water from the bottom of the canyon. All you need is a bucket and a long rope. Yeah, well, the river is about 10 miles that way. And about 8,000 feet down. Some people can't handle the truth. And that's exactly what I thought, KC, when I was reading about this. Was that movie. You can't handle the truth. I don't think the buffering on your end. I was buffering on the laptop, but not the phone. Oh, well, thank you, Harry. I do appreciate that. I mean, I don't know what else I could have done. I mean, I checked the speeds, and the speeds were blazing fast, which usually at this time of the day, they're always pretty fast, so I was pretty confident. I got the Wi-Fi. I got the jetpack on the outside of the camper, and it's all the way up, so I got it, way up in the air with a good signal. How many days did it take you? Again, like I said, my symptoms weren't near as bad. I get up in the morning, take a couple of Tylenol, and I'd be fine. But I did that for about a week. With me, I really love my sleep. Sleep is very important to me. I only get about 6 hours as it is, but I wasn't sleeping. That was my biggest problem for about a week. Well, I actually, that's not true. I stopped sleeping well about for about 3 weeks. Yeah, because I started sleeping poorly in New Mexico, and I kept attributing it to the dust. But now that I'm aware of the elevation sickness, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that it was the elevation. I'm sorry, I read the next comment. Everybody wants the truth until you tell them something they don't like. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, when I did that video on the heat, when we were in Shanto, I did a video a few days ago on the heat, and then a long-time viewer from Facebook, he was pretty upset with me the other last night when I said that it's going to cost us about $1,000 more being in Arizona than it is on the east side, and boy, he was upset. Tycho, if he's here, he can vouch for that. I thought that was a sociopath. Well, sociopath is a mental disorder. Cognitive dissonance, it can happen to anybody. So it's not a mental disorder, but cognitive dissonance can cause mental illness. It can cause depression because you have a belief system. Yeah, one of the examples they gave is, okay, I want to go out to eat, but I don't want to get drunk. Okay, so you got 3 options. And this is how a person's brain would, and it's just a silly example. So I'm going to go out and I don't want to get drunk, and I'm going to order water tonight. Okay, that's great. That's realizing the truth. The second person may say, I don't want to get drunk tonight, so I'm going to wear a t-shirt. What? And these are the kind of responses I get back, these silly, like ridiculous responses. And the third person will say, I don't want to get drunk tonight, but I'm going to drink more. And so it's just the belief system. You have a weird sense of humor. As a matter of fact, you are in fact factually fact. Oh, that was funny. Lost you, buddy. Not even a good picture. Uh-oh. Slapstick movie. Howdy from Oregon. Hello, Taz. Took a train to the top of the Pikes Peak, and it was very disorienting, dizzying. Yeah, I was just over there. I did a video yesterday you saw. I mean, I understand that. Yeah, it's behind me, and as long as I didn't think about it, I was okay. As soon as I thought about it, I would have to grab the ground to make sure I was safe. I'd rather know the truth. I'm getting ready to go full-time and want to know what I'll be dealing with. Well, I don't know. What's her name? Little redhead gal. She got a YouTube channel. Is her name Casey? Anyway, she just did a video on it being hot. She said she thought she'd go to the north and it would be cooler up there, but now it's real hot. Well, I mean, you should have seen the feedback on that, boy. A lot of people think, well, why don't you, if you're going to complain, why even do it? Well, it's not complaining, it's explaining. Even at the end of the video, she said, so when you build your van, keep in mind, if you don't want to go in your van, you may want to reconsider the design. And that was a really good advice. Great view, and I enjoy the channel. Have not been watching long. Well, thank you very much. Grumpy old troll. I always worry with the troll in the name. But welcome to the Little House on the Road family, and welcome to the live feed. Interfering with my Bob watching, LOL. Good to see you. Bob changed his time. See, he I don't know. I think he did that on purpose. Wednesday on my time, and I almost want to email him and ask him if he'd reconsider, but I may have to move because the numbers just aren't adding up anymore. I think Bob, you're right. I think Bob's taking a lot of the viewers. Beach, hey, let's see. I can't take the train up the Pikes Peak without getting ill. I think altitude sickness is worse for women, especially if they tend toward. Actually, I read on this, and it's Casey Roman. Thank you, Briar Rose. That's who I was talking about. It affects everybody equally. I mean, it doesn't discriminate. I mean, some people may do better than others, but it's not a male-female thing. As a matter of fact, athletes will probably do worse up here than people who are out of shape. Younger people actually do worse than older people, but older people need to worry about having a heart attack up here because they're breathing more. It's just all over the place. Is that why I wear a t-shirt to dinner? Casey Roman, yeah, no offenses. Let's see. Is that Grand Canyon behind you or a painting? Yeah, that's the Grand Canyon. Can't do green screen on live streams. Yeah, but I mean, you're not the first person who thinks that I'm not really here. A lot of people have accused me of having a green screen on this. I mean, I could pick it up and show you. See, it's there. I just made everybody sick, but that's the real thing. It's hot in most of the U.S. right now. I think Sunday wasn't getting him enough viewers. Well, he's really taking them away from me, though. Taz says, thumbs up. Sup, all? Let's see. Good evening. I bet it's expensive where you are camping. No, it's free here. Well, yeah, everything's expensive, but where we're camping is free. We're in the national forest. 76 today. Yeah, it's 77 here, Taz. Wow, that's a Grand Canyon. Did I think it was a green screen? Boy, thanks. Difficult breathing, altitude sickness, and heart attack possibilities if I go to the Grand Canyon. Is Bob still on? Is that what the deal is? Because he's supposed to be off 21 minutes ago, but he's been running over the last few weeks. I might have to remove my live feed to get away from Bob. I never stopped watching you. Me and my wife love your channel. Well, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Let's see. Real is your color, not green. Yeah, no clue. Don't watch him. Do you have a drink? Do you have to drink a lot of water to help you with that? Yes. As a matter of fact, what they recommend is... Hey, done working. Good to see you. And thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Maybe I'll start getting some numbers now. Doubtful because my notifications already went out. Yeah, you're supposed to drink double the amount of water because actually every time you exhale, you release moisture from your body. And since you're breathing heavier out here, you breathe more because you got less oxygen going into your body. You dispel, you release twice as much oxygen. With the grass and the bushes blowing around you, behind you, I'm pretty sure he's not faking it. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm actually surprised how many people were very upset that I lied to them, that, they all said it was a green screen. I don't have the capability on my editor to do green screen. Even if I knew how, I don't know how to do green screen. So, it was, you just can't ever make anybody happy. Here's what's really funny. So for 2 years, everybody kept telling me, come out to Arizona, come out to Arizona, come out to Arizona. So I finally come out to Arizona. Now everybody's telling me, come out east, come out east, come out east. Well, I just spent 2 years in the east. You all told me to come out to the west. Yep, altitude and heat both require more water. Well, it's not hot here. Up here, it's not hot. As a matter of fact, it got down to 36 degrees the other night. It's 77 degrees now. I think the hottest it's gotten is 85. When you're in the shade, I have to put on a sweatshirt. Now, the problem is the sun. The sun, you walk out in the sun and it'll French fry you. It'll cook you in 6 minutes. So up here in the altitude, it really gets, the sun really gets dangerous. It's cold at night there. Yeah. Nice breeze there today. Well, it's down like windy. I mean, it was shaking the camper last night. Kind of frightening, actually. You wake up to this. I saw a dust devil yesterday, and boy, those things are kind of wicked. So, Harry, I don't think we've seen these numbers since before the pop-up camper fire. These are terrible numbers. Harry, you're my number guy. Vagabond. Whoa, seriously, I'm sorry. Don't worry about Bob. Well, no, I'm not worried about Bob, but I have seen a noticeably decline in my live feed numbers since he started Wednesdays. And it was just funny how he decided to do live feeds right at the time I do live feeds. Let's see, 1 beer there equals 4 on the lower elevations. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't drink, so if you slide your time to 7:30, would that help? Yeah, I'm thinking that's what I'm going to have to do. But of course, I'm going to have to, put out a notification and let everybody know that. And but I might do that next week. The other problem is well, I guess 7:30 wouldn't be so bad. See, when I'm over here, it's 4 o'clock. It's 4:30 right now, and so the internet. If I go to 5:30, if I go to 5:30, at 5 o'clock the internet slows down because that's when rush hour is. So everybody over there on the highway, 200. Can you believe that's the highway is like you got to go around. It's 200 miles. But anyway, I'm being silly. So the tower is going to be used by more people. So the internet's going to slow down. So I got to figure all this out. Yes, it's hot. It feels like the temps are supposed to be 115 in the next few days, particularly in the Northeast and the Midwest. Yeah, I mean, I'm watching. I don't know, Greg. 3 videos. 3 videos. That's all she's got. The only thing I can think is she bought viewers. You're not supposed to do it. YouTube, if she gets caught doing that, she'll lose her channel. But if she has bought views, is the only thing I can think. 3 videos, and she's got 835 subs. Her third video's got 4.4 million views, and I didn't see anything that great about it. I mean, and so I went to the trending area of YouTube, and her videos are not trending. And with 4.4 million views, it should be trending. So I think that, and if you go down in the comments, a lot of people said, subscribe, 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 which tells me that somebody, a company sent out email to people who participate. What it is when you buy views, these companies hire people and they get like a few cents per view. It's not a lot. And so these people will watch her video. And so I'm sure the company sent out the email, said, make sure you tell her that you subscribe, down below. My suspicions, I've seen this before, and when YouTube catches it, they'll take all those views and subscribers away. Sorry, miss, canned sand plum jelly. Oh boy, that sounds great. Conspiracy, I think I saw a NASA cameraman behind you. I might build me a truck camper kind of like yours. I bet I can build it for less than $1,000. Have a F-150 truck. Well, ours only cost $550. Well, we put the coroplast on it. So if you want to add the coroplast, we put that on a year later. Yeah, what was that? It was another $200. So I think we're up to about $750. Hello, can't make everyone happy. Don't even try. No, I can't. You're going to have to stop listening to everyone, aren't you? About what? I don't listen to very many people. I really have gotten away just, ignoring the trolls and blocking them and that kind of thing. Hey, Stephanie, good to see you. I want a curved roof, though. We have problems with the zones. Bob's live feed time is probably worked into his schedule for helping with his mom. I shouldn't laugh, Patty, but man, that was good. Yeah, it's, the only nomad that lives in a house. A lot of people have noticed that. My favorite place. What's up with the certain names being highlighted in blue with the wrench? Well, they're moderators. They watch out for the bad people that come in and like to cuss me out. And see, what I do is I just sit here and I read the screen and I just scroll and read, and I don't pay attention to what I'm reading. And so a lot of times I'll read bad words or racist words without even thinking about what I'm reading. And then YouTube will demonetize the video or give me a strike. And so my moderators keep me from doing that. We're lucky enough to have a choppy live streams. I'm in the process of simplifying my life. I'm concerned about all the dogs that run around. Former mailman, because of all the owners say my dogs is good and won't bother you. Yeah, there's dogs all the time out here. Carolyn's not a big fan of dogs, so the bigger they are, I'm always worried she's going to say something to somebody one of these days. Can you explain why they had a problem with you paying for a day use and getting water? I do this all the time at 11 Mile State with no issues, so guess rules aren't consistent. No, they're not consistent. No, there's not a consistent rule in a national forest throughout the country. That's a given. But I did look it up. What it is they haul water up here because there's no wells up here. There's no water. So they have to haul it up here. So the day use area and the campground, it says right on the webpage, daily use only, meaning you can't fill your tanks. And so even if you pay the $20 to go stay at the campground, they don't have water hookups at your campsite. You have to go over and get a bucket of water from the faucet in front of the bathroom. So it's right in the rules. The problem with the rules is that what they need to be, all the rules and all the National Forest websites need to be more clear. Instead of saying 2 weeks, see, sometimes they'll say 2 weeks in the National Forest, sometimes they'll say 2 weeks in a campground. Well, then they get it where they blur all the lines and they'll say 2 weeks. Well, does that mean in the National Forest or does that mean in the campground? It's never clear. And so, yeah, it's never consistent. And they do that so I think they can change things based on what's going on. Well, I said 2 weeks. That means 2 weeks in the National Forest. You've been out here causing all kinds of trouble. Get out for, a month. So, but yeah, I mean, in this case, I just misread and misunderstood, daily use only. I didn't read that correctly when I got up here. But yeah, even in South Dakota, I was able to buy water at the day use area. Well, I was able to do the day use area for $5 and get water. Hey, William, good to see you. Did you treat lumber when you built your camper? Did you use, no. I only used 2x2s. I tried to keep it light. My camper is only 250 pounds. Very light camper. Use Luan. No, my truck's only a 4-cylinder. It's great to see you laugh. Okay. Yes, like that so the water won't stand on the roof. Oh, you'll never have a problem with that, Fungus. You're never that level. Trust me, you're never that level. As level as I've tried, I mean, besides that, even the frame of the truck twists around. So if you try to level it, it's going to twist. I've never gotten it so level that the water stays in one spot. Never had a problem with it. As a matter of fact, like I said, I collected water the other day. I just put the buckets right underneath the side of the, on the wall, right underneath the wall of the camper. The water rolls right off the truck and onto the. The other thing I do is I always try to lean the truck so our feet are on the downhill side. So our heads, let's say, are on this side of the bed of the truck. I always try to lean the truck like that. But yeah, rounded roof isn't necessary. Besides that, if you round it, you're going to get more drag, and you really want to eliminate drag because, I mean, it's just a big kite up in the air. But I'm not telling you how to build it. I'm just saying what I've experienced. I'm sorry. Wrenches. Hit trolls with their wrenches. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you for answering that. I had no idea. You're welcome. I forget what I answered, but you're more than welcome. Glad I could help. Bear spray for dogs. Yeah, their owners would love that, wouldn't they? My dog is a 90-pounder and loves gals. Yeah, Carolyn wouldn't like that too much. It definitely worked on them. What does it mean to ask for forgiveness rather than ask for permission in the camping world? I hear that all the time. What does it mean to ask for forgiveness? You're trying to cause problems for me, aren't you? Yeah, there are YouTubers out there who say, just go do something, and then if you get caught and it's not what you're supposed to be doing, just say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. But I'm not that way. I ask for permission. I make sure I know what the rules are. For example, people will take water from the strangest places. They will go into museums and everything, and it's clearly the water was not intended for that use. And so instead of asking, they just take it. And then if someone comes around and say, hey, you're not supposed to be taking that water. Oh, I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? Give it back? And so they still get their water and they walk away. Problem with that was that you stated your intentions. No. See, that's exactly what I was just talking about. I, of course, stated my intentions because I have no wishes to violate rules. I don't want to violate rules. I don't want the nomadic life to be shut down because people rather ask for permission than to ask for forgiveness, or because nomads would ask for forgiveness instead of permission. I'm just the opposite. I'm not going to look. It was a clear violation of the rules. Well, not clear violation. It was a violation of the rules. What if I'd have decided to pay the day use fee, fill up my buckets, and then the ranger come over and give me a ticket? You're not supposed to take the water. It's in the rule book. Well, then I just paid, $500 for 40 gallons of water. And it's not like I could have hid what I was doing. The campsite host was just right next door to the water spigot. Cognitive dissonance. Non-psychological state of having inconsistent thoughts. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly what I said in my video. Yep, that's exactly. Beliefs or attitudes, especially relating to behavioral decisions and attitude changes. Yep, exactly. The Nomadic Fanatic said the other day that stayed at one place not knowing if it was okay. He said he will ask for forgiveness rather than permission. Yeah, if I don't know if I can stay in the place, I won't stay there. I just won't. And because they just keep shutting more and more down. I mean, all you got to do is Google California homeless, and you'll see it all over the place. They want to shut it down. Our neighbor said they saw someone take water from our house while. Yeah, see, I hear about that all the time too. Real RV says, I'm with you, following the rules, avoids trouble. Yeah. How much are the fines? That's the thing. I'm not willing to pay the fine. If I make an honest mistake and I do something that I'm not supposed to do, and it's an honest mistake, I guess I'll have to pay the fine. But if I know what the rules are, I'm going to follow the rules. If I know the speed limit is 55, I'm going to do 55 or less. I've been that way for a very long time. It's not worth it to me to go through the trouble of violating the rules when I know what the rules are. I had this debate about a year ago, probably on a live feed, and it haunted me for about 2 months. People just got on to me about this. But yeah, I wonder how many people even plan like that and review the rules before they get there. Well, not many. I based a lot of my videos on the research that I do to find campgrounds. There's tons of research to do. It has taken me 6 months to find out that I can stay here for 2 weeks. It has internet. I thought I had water. See, there was an honest mistake. I thought I had the ability to get water. There's another campground just up the road that I can stay at. So, I've done a lot of research trying to understand if I can stay here, how far Walmart is. Walmart's 120 miles in one direction, 130 miles in the other direction. I had to let my bank know that I might be shopping at Walmart in Utah because that's my options. I've researched the altitude of both locations, because since they're basically the same distance, which one is going to take more gas climbing hills? So, just a lot of stuff. I try to keep it under 100. Yeah. I've learned that from you, Rob, to do research, not just freecampsites.net or one website, but many, many places for information. Yeah, you have to. Freecampsites.net. Look, like this spot here, it's a boondocking spot. It's not a campground. If you look at freecampsites.net, you can tell that you can stay here. There's lots of reviews, lots of people talk about it, lots of pictures, lots of people saying it's got 4G, Verizon, lots of reviews. But then you get into one and you'll see one review says, yeah, it's great, it's got 4G, and then you'll see one that says, oh, it's a pit. And then you scratch your head. So that's when you really got to start doing a lot of research, is when you don't know the definite answers. But there's no way I would have traveled all the way up here. I mean, think about this. Just to get from Shanto, Arizona to here, I think, what was it? I forget what it was, but let's just say it's 250 miles. I mean, what are you going to do if it's not what you think it is? You don't have water, you don't have internet, you don't have anything, you're not allowed to stay here. What are you going to do, turn around and go back? I mean, it was an all-day trip to get here. Some of us are rule followers, and I feel better doing such. In my work, I will support all the who follow policies and practices. Good for you for well. I mean, I just don't see it any other way. I mean, I struggle with the thought of doing anything wrong because I know they're going to shut it down. I just know it. Rob, you're a good person. People don't like people who rules and are not fun. I agree. And see, that's the thing about the nomadic lifestyle. I think that's why it's getting such a bad rap. Is people come out here expecting not having to follow the rules. I'm free. I can do whatever I want. Nobody can tell me what to do because I'm a nomad. Well, you know, we live in a civilized society, and civilized society says, no, there's rules, there's laws, and you're going to follow the laws just like everybody else. And now that we know about it, we're going to shut it down. You know, Gene on the Road told me about 2 years ago, no, about a year ago, back in the 70s, there were a lot of people living in boats, in marinas and different things, boat docks. They were living in their boats. And it got real slummy, and boats were sinking, and the cities were having to pay to clean it up and pull these old junkers out of there, and it became a homeless problem, similar to what's happening to the RV nomadic lifestyle right now. And basically, all the cities just shut it down. They said, okay, nobody can live in their boats in the marinas anymore. And so the lifestyle ended. How many more years before you can say, I've been doing this for 40 years? 40 years! Yeah, you know, I just got that the other day. What was it? Somebody said, I've been here 40 years, and you don't know, you know, and it's always 40 years. I don't know why it is. It's 40 years. It's always 40 years. It's never 30 years or 29 years or 39 years. It's, I've been doing this for 40 years. And then you read their message, and then you'll find 6 or 7 holes in it. The one I remember the most is this guy says, I've been doing it for 40 years, and I can live out in 19-degree weather on one 20-pound propane tank, and I don't drink water, I just drink soda, and I use a Mr. Heater portable buddy, and I get water out of the stream, and I use my those little water filters you buy at Walmart. Well, I mean, there's all kinds of holes with that. Well, first of all, if you're using a Mr. Heater portable buddy, you're going through a pound or 20 pounds of propane in about a week and a half. So there's no way he went a month, whatever he said. Water's frozen. His soda has to be frozen. So, I mean, it's just, and the Brita. Oh, that's what it was, the Brita. My Brita water filter. Well, Brita water filter is not going to filter out water in a stream. It's just not. That's right, brother. 40 years. I mean, it's crazy how it's always 40 years. You know, I mean, why do they got to tell me how long they've been doing it? I've been doing it 40 years. Okay, I've been doing it too. And, you know, I feel like I've got some pretty good experience at this. Do you have a 5-year plan? Well, I do hope that in 5 years we're still doing this. I don't see an end in near future. Of course, our health may not hold up. We may just get tired of it. But the 5-year plan, we'll still do this. The truck, now you kind of got me thinking. I suspect the truck will last about another 5 years. So we might, in the 5 years, you know, right after 5 years, 5 or 6 years, we might get a van. We've talked about getting a van. Class C would be nice. We'd like to have a Class C, but they don't build them very well. So, you know, a van, we might build a van. I don't know. But I like the truck camper. I really do. I mean, if I want to change it, I can literally just throw it off, take the coroplast off and burn it. I can just burn it and build something else. And it was only $500, $550. Do you have a 40-year plan? I got to back up. I've lost some here. Sounds like I walked to school 3 miles each way uphill, both ways, in the snow, hopping from fence post to fence post to fence post because the snow was so deep, right? I don't like breaking the rules because when I was a kid, my dad and mom taught me better. That's right. Do you have a 40-year plan? Okay, Rob, you work hard. Well, thank you, Benny. I've learned more about boondocking dry camping than all the other channels combined. Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. I assume you meant from us. I do appreciate it. I mean, well, here's what happens. Is whatever happened today, I'll try to make a video about. You know, yesterday I went for a hike and Carolyn was getting concerned. And so we had a conversation about how she was worried about me. and she wasn't sure what she would do. So I made a video about it. You know, this is the reality. I went for a hike, and it made Carolyn concerned. She read an article about this woman who got lost in the woods on Facebook for 2 days. So, you know, I just tell you what's going on. And I try not to, I say I try not to sugarcoat it. That's not a true statement. Here's the information. It's not sugarcoated or diluted. It's just there. It's just what it is. Hello, Tricia. I actually walked to high school 8 miles one way, 0.8. Yep, you're more valuable information on this channel about full-time RV than any other channel for sure. Well, thank you so much. How's the Coroplast holding up? Oscar, I'm telling you, the Coroplast was the best idea, I think, ever. I mean, it's working out perfectly. I may have to replace the roof one of these days, 7 years or so. You know, people say, oh, it's not going to last more than 2 years. The roof would be the only thing that would give up. And all I got to do is rip it off, lay another piece down, and it's done. And I think, what does the piece cost? $10? Let's say it's $20. So, I mean, I just replace the roof every year for 20 bucks. Like I said, I don't think the truck's going to last more than 5 years. So if the camper lasts 5 years, if the Coroplast lasts 5 years, then it's done its job and it's fine. Now, here's the one thing I have noticed about Coroplast is on the roof, it swells in the heat. So I'm glad I didn't glue it down, because that glue would have just popped up. So what it's doing is wherever I nailed it, it just kind of expands around that nail and bubbles up, and then in the evening time it cools back down. So I siliconed everything, and what's happening is, as you can see it underneath the silicone, the Coroplast kind of moves around the nail. You know, I got those rivet nails, and it kind of moves around that nail. And so it just glides around. I mean, it's working out perfectly. Better than I would expected. I didn't know that it was going to expand and contract, but the rivets is what I didn't expect to do so well, because that Coroplast just moves around that rivet. It does great. Right underneath the silicone. Good evening, bud. You don't have 2 walkie-talkies? No, we have our phones. But no, walkie-talkie would take batteries and charging and electric. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is everything takes electric. And, you're just limited on everything. You're limited on water, you're limited on electric, you're limited on food, everything. So, and space and weight. You know, what does a walkie-talkie weigh? A pound? So there's 2 pounds. That's 4 or 5 cans of food. 2 pounds of meat, that's 2 meals. No offenses. Okay, my grandpa always said that the walk to school barefoot in the snow, on fence posts. Do you have a handheld walkie-talkie? No, we sure don't. But that's not the issue. I mean, the issue wasn't whether we could communicate. We can communicate just fine. Yeah, it's a long story, and I said it best in the video. It's not about being able to communicate, because I would text her and tell her where I was at, which I did the other day. But she wanted to know which direction I'm heading and all those things. I mean, if I get hurt, it doesn't matter if I have a walkie-talkie or a cell phone. If I'm hurt and I can't talk, then then she needs to know where I'm at, so she can get rescue workers to us. Hello, Harvey. How are you doing? Very good to see you. Great information. Good to know. Gotta run. All right, Lisa. Talk to you later. Can your wife drive a stick shift? No, she can't. How often do you check? We don't have a stick shift anyways. We have an automatic. How often do you check tire pressures? Do you carry a small compressor? Yes, we do carry a small compressor. Actually, I made several videos about us having flat tires. If you go back about 4 weeks, you're going to see that we had all kinds of flat tire issues. But yes, I have a air compressor, and I check tire pressures before we leave our campsite. So every time we start the truck, basically. The truck doesn't start for 2 weeks. I will check it out. Thanks. In all our camping trips, we've never made it to the Grand Canyon, but we got the Capulin volcano instead. Oh, I forgot. Well, we never made 100, did we, Harry? We're at 61. So I'm going to start heading off here. Oh, Linda. Wow, Linda. Linda, I haven't seen you in forever. Wow, good to see you. But anyway, I'm going to jump off of here. My throat is starting to get a little worn out. So anyway, I'll talk to you later and see you next week. So thanks for watching. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels. Good night, real RV, and always been somewhere else. It's a good night, Harry. Good night, no fences. Good night, Mom. Good night, Oscar. Okay, I gotta go. My throat's done. I'm done. Good night, Stephanie. Talk to you tomorrow or next week.